I don't like disclaimers, but we're going to start with a disclaimer. If you're in an abusive relationship, you need to get out of it. It's that simple. And for everyone else, we'll start with today's question things. By the way, I don't make money on these videos. I have a full-time job. The only reason I make these videos is so that I have someone to talk to. So please interface with me in the comments. My friends are not usually interested in talking to me about these things, but I have all this bottled up in my head, so this is my outlet. So thank you. Today I need to share a very important concept with you. I became familiar with this years ago, maybe about 20 years ago. I don't remember, but there was a book and a TED Talk about the research that spawned this term, the paradox of choice. In this study, they had test subjects. They gave all of them something for free. I don't remember the percentage, but let's say half were given multiple options on what they would receive as gifts, plus the option to exchange it later if they changed their mind. And the other half were simply given this one thing with no choices. Now, in the study, it was art, but let's imagine it was a smart fridge. We'll just bring it up to modern times. In one scenario, you're simply told that you've won a free smart fridge. That's awesome. End of story. On the other hand, imagine you have to choose between 10 different brands. They all cost exactly the same, and you have to buy one. What's wild is a lot of people, in fact, most people, will kick themselves for not having chosen a different one than the one they chose. And so their happiness on a scale of 1 to 10 will say is like 5, whereas the people who were just given a free refrigerator will rate their happiness as like 10. Now, this applies significantly to relationships, and it's why I put the disclaimer at the beginning of this video. This doesn't apply to everyone. For many people, it does apply, and many people who think it doesn't apply to them, or I don't understand their situation, or blah, 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 well, it also applies to them. Take this in and let it sting. The advice that your friends give you, that there are plenty of fish in the sea, is some of the worst relationship advice you'll ever receive. This is where Yeah But Guy chimes in. Ignore him for a second. You don't know the level of happiness and attachment you can achieve after you've established years of history with someone whose life you've been a witness to and who has been a witness to your life, unless you've felt it and lost it. It feels worse than losing a limb. Having history with someone you're attached to is better than winning the lottery, and losing them is worse than your house burning down. One sure way to rob yourself of joy is to believe that there are plenty of fish in the sea and to focus your attention on many options. Again, there are people for whom this advice does not apply. Please don't message me if that's you. For everyone else, listen to what I'm saying. I studied crisis intervention counseling, and I can tell you, not understanding how the paradox of choice leads to relationship unhappiness has ruined people and families permanently. It has caused suicide, murders, everything in between. At worst, you're looking at many years of loneliness. My advice, choose a good person, stick with them, make it work. This understanding goes way back. And what caused me to think about this is the online dating scene. If you're online dating, you need to stop. There are probably exceptions to this. If you live in the middle of nowhere, or whatever, you're a farmer, you want to date other farmers. I know there's a dating app for that. But dating apps have caused more loneliness than probably any other invention in history. And in the United States, this applies particularly to women because I forget the statistics on this, but if you weed through all of the bots, I think there are something like 10 eligible men for every one female. And if you're that female online dating, it is very unlikely that you'll ever settle with anyone. And if you do, the likelihood of you appreciating that person as much as you would need to in order to make it last, make the relationship last, is very, very low. So this advice is for men and for women. Go nowhere near online dating apps. Have absolutely nothing to do with them. They will ruin your life and the lives of the people around you. I don't even know why I'm making this video because literally no one is going to take my advice. But understand the paradox of choice. Understand how it applies to your life. Stop searching so much. Work on being present. Work on appreciating people. And do this. This is your homework to look up Alain de Botton's lectures on You'll Marry the Wrong Person, and That's Okay. He's a British guy, I think a psychologist. He gives these talks on why you'll marry the wrong person. But the joke is everyone marries the wrong person. But everyone knows that looking for the perfect person is in vain. So Look that one up. It's a good one.